than twice the U.S. national rate. In 2018 alone, there were 44 suicide deaths on island. That's about
1 suicide every 8 days. Family members, friends, colleagues, every death is a tragedy.
1. Anybody can be at risk for suicide for a number of reasons. That is why it is so important to break the silence. Because sometimes all it takes is one person to reach out,
to ask,
to notice, to listen,
one person to break the barrier,
to break the stigma, to open doors,
to open communication.
Let's talk to one another, speak to each other.
How are you feeling today?
I'm concerned for you.
Are you ready to talk about it?
I'm here for you.
We all need help sometimes.
One person can make a difference.
You can make a difference. You matter.
Hafide, my name is Joyce Torres, and I am the Artistic Director of the Unspoken series. Unspoken is a collection of original works that were cultivated and crafted around the conversations that we have when we talk about mental health, suicide awareness, and substance abuse. Over the years, our work with the youth and the community has shown us that these conversations are hard when you first have them. But with time, they become easier, and we have found that these conversations are so necessary and needed. We hope that everyone that gets a chance to see Unspoken feels seen and heard, and ultimately realizes that we don't have to navigate these spaces alone. Unspoken Highlights of the Heart gives you a short, condensed glimpse at what we have done over the past 3 years. We hope you enjoy the show. Keep an open heart and an open mind. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And Dunkaluna Suzus Maasi.
When I was 6 years old, I learned how to jump into waves. I held my cousin's hands for support, and she told me to wait for the exact moment to lift yourself up and let the current catch you. There's this instant perfect weightlessness between floating and falling. Being with the wave. Being wave. Jump too soon and you come down on top of the wave as it crashes into a spray, saline flooding your sinuses. Jump too late, well, you don't really ever get the chance to jump. It's a knockdown, drag out of battle between liquid and solid as you claw for solid ground. Liquid and gas as you gasp for air. I see your face on the days that I jump just right. And I just catch this ride. I keep my balance, my footing, and I just keep breathing. You see strength as I bob along the surface, as I weave the picture of perfect health. Jump too soon, and I can hear your voice reminding me of what I'm missing, everything I'm doing wrong. It's a hand. Not an outstretched, but pointing. A gesture to get me where you need me to be. When I don't jump at all, you can bear the watch. Well, maybe you can, but I'm just too far under to see. All I can do is swallow the water and kick and scream and fight and fight and fight, drowned out by the sounds of the ebb and flow. How's that never needing to fight looks like strength? Why does pulling myself from the undertow look like weakness? The waves deny, they crash and break. What do you know about breaking? This plate, slipping through my soapy fingers, is solid until it shatters. Is it breaking as it first hits the bottom of the sink? Is it breaking as it's dropped? Breaking to break its fall? How about if I hold it securely in my hands? Has it been breaking this whole entire time? Waiting on the shelf, passing between us, holding the nourishment. Can I only see all the ways it is breaking that it is broken? Jump back. Afraid of shrapnel. Are you afraid of the shards of meat? If the pieces are large enough, whole enough, they could theoretically be glued back together. You don't care enough about plates to preserve them. At least I don't. I've always been the one to throw away broken things. You are resourceful. You like to fix things. What if it was made of tempered glass? Toughened to keep everyone safe until it breaks. How could we ever collect and clean up the crumbles? Infinite grains. We have to replace the broken plate. I should not need to break to get a break. Breaks are necessary. Breaks are good. Like breaking bread. Like sharing and laughing and feeling full. What if a break was peaceful? What if a break was intentional? What if a break was a voice in your ear and a hand holding yours just to make sure you jump back into safety? What if a break was not alone? What if it was okay to be breaking? Making spaces for breaks to build. To mud and mortar, the pieces of me, breaks as part of my wholeness. Breaking. And okay.
Beg of you, please don't hurt me. I don't want to feel that pain again. Though I feel like you are not deserving, I'm willing to forgive and make amends. And some will say I'm weak, but I don't expect them to understand. 'Cause I believe in you and me, and I'm willing to give that a chance. 'Cause mistakes will be made, and you can choose to forgive them. And things will be said, and you can choose not to listen. But what this all comes right down to, I will always love. You always said that you would never leave me, but you were gone quicker than the night. I went ahead and let my heart deceive me, and painted all your pictures with your pretty little eyes. So tell me, what should I do? 'Cause you left me lost with no sense of direction, and I put all my faith in you, and gave you all I had. No reservations, and I just want a piece of you. So I beg of you, please don't hurt me. I don't want to feel that pain again.
Garden path covered in violet and yellow flowers. At the edge there is a key, and no one enters except those who love you. They are kind, angels with folded paper wings. In the garden, there is a tiny cottage filled with books, dust-covered rhyming poetry books from 100 years ago, and some books that haven't been written yet. At the present moment, the room has a comfy chair and desk. And on the desk is a scroll with the words, "This is where you are meant to be." Stop crying. Every choice you could have taken leads to this same place. Blossoms that bloom all year. Words from all the yesterdays and tomorrow. Leave your words here. 100 years from now, someone else will find them and be led home.
There are some days I want to just stay and hide in bed all day.
There are some days when the laundry pile's so high, I don't know where my clothes end and where my floor begins.
There are some days when taking a shower is just too much of an effort.
There are some days when I feel so broken, I don't know where my pain ends and when I begin to feel whole again. Will I ever feel whole again? I don't know.
But I do know that I need to name it for what it is. Metaphors and poetic words are beautiful, but so is acknowledging what's really going on.
Burnout.
Depression.
Anxiety.
It weighs on me like a weighted blanket. The internet tells me it's good for my depression. It keeps me in front of my TV all day because if I could just immerse myself into another world, maybe I'll forget how bleak I feel like mine is. It holds me down and I just feel like I can't escape the cycle.
Burnout.
Depression.
Anxiety.
Eat.
Sleep.
Repeat.
Primal screaming through tears in my car.
And yet,
there are some days when the alarm clock rings and the day feels like mine for the taking. There are some days when the laundry is folded and I feel the peace of a clean room and a floor I can actually see again. There are some days when a shower feels like a cleansing. There are some days when I remember that it's okay to be broken. That pain gives me the strength to feel whole. Because
I've always been whole. Burnout.
Depression.
Anxiety.
there is beauty in the brokenness. And even though I feel the weight on me constantly, I know that I am healing. Because to feel is to be alive, and to be alive is to know that change is a part of life. And with change comes another cycle.
Hoping.
Healing.
Growing.
Rising.
Rising.
Rising, breathing, singing out loud through tears in my car. I am here. I am alive.
I am healing.
I lie on my back, floating in a motionless sea.
write this, forcing words out of myself, holding onto the last rays of light in the sunset, curling my fingers around them like the hem of my mother's dress. Stay. I write this having no more words when I know in my belly I have many. Silent, like the woods of my imagination I used to wander aimlessly in, back when I could turn pain into roses and sorrow into fountains. There's no poetry in the elms anymore. No song in the wind. What is this listlessness, this emptiness that a mere sickness brings? How quiet I grow when the earth lies still, because the truth is, when the earth cries, I cry along with her. With my own pain, I could climb mountains, but with the pain of my friends, I scarcely lift my head. When I cried a little every day, I watered the seeds of tomorrow, but when my brothers and sisters cry, I wade in a river of helplessness. I write this feeling emptied. When the fear is so deep, it takes our breath away. When the lungs give out, how sorrowful is the silence of it all. I write this, still hoping tomorrow will be better for that little girl long ago. I lie on my back, floating in the motionless sea.
It's the people who confess that they are broken, who are truly whole, are the most welcoming, the most caring, who give the most hugs and cherish these days, better or well, only to look back at how far they've distanced themselves from. Some back from trying to bring closure to pain, some only thinking of navigating those darkest spaces, tunneling the mind. Alice Walker says, "I will keep broken things," sets them apart as cherished. We who profess to be broken are supposed throwaways of a society who lies to themselves every day to keep going. We tell the truth to set our minds free, to regain the inner space so rudely taken. Alice Walker says, "I will keep broken things." I won't pretend I'm not angry for the time I was separated from, but I am not broken, just navigating a different space, and all about us are the hollow spaces, the spaces tragically defined by conformity with a vengeance and designer wings that don't fly. And we navigate these spaces, hovering above in a holding pattern, waiting for a sign. And Alice Walker says, "I will keep broken things." In Japan, artists restore pottery with illumination, salving jagged edges with powdered gold, silver, platinum. Yet all about us are the hollow spaces in different faces with glazed over eyes and cynical tongues. And we navigate these spaces, hovering above in a holding pattern, waiting for a sign.
folk and the downtrodden. Always got your back when the time's coming. Always on my mind when the time's harden. Gonna raise you up, all Josh Groban. All that matters is you love yourself. 'Cause you matter more than gold and wealth. All I know is that we'll all be fine. 'Cause you matter, you're the stars at night. All out, all self-care, all love we got spare. Turn around, we're right here all day, all night and all year. Always been tough when you're dealing with the rougher days. If you need to talk, just know I'm a call away. All that matters is you love yourself. 'Cause you matter more than gold and wealth. All I know is that we'll all be fine. 'Cause you matter, you're the stars at night.
You are more than enough. The world will tell you otherwise. Your brain will tell you otherwise. But just know that you are more than enough. You are a living, breathing human being. Your existence is enough. You are more than your addiction. You are more than your mental illness. You are more than enough. You're perfectly imperfect. You're enough on the days when it's too hard to fight. You're enough on the days when the will to fight is all you have left. You are enough on the days when you overcome. You're enough on the days when you feel like you've lost. Because as long as you are really trying, you haven't really lost. Your value is not defined by the number of days you have not fallen. Your value is not defined by the number of days you get back up. Your value lies in the fact that you are human. And that is enough.
There are days when you feel alone, lost, hopeless, with nowhere to go. When the storm keeps coming through, asking where's that rainbow? Why won't the sun shine down for you?
You are light.
You are strong enough to win this fight.
You are perfect. You are love.
You are beautiful, worth more than you know.
You are all you are.
When the darkness is all you see, can't get up, stuck in misery. When you're down and feeling blue, remember these colors I will paint for you.
You are hope. You are light.
You are strong enough to win this fight.
You are perfect. You are love.
You are beautiful, worth more than you know.
You are all sin here in my heart. I know that this is true. I am worthy, I am loved, but it's hard when people do. They tell you what you gotta think and who you gotta be. Religion, politics, society. But at the end of the day, only one person I see. And she's standing in the mirror and she's talking to me.
You are hope.
You are light.
You are strong enough to win this fight.
You are perfect. You are loved.
You are beautiful, worth more than you know.
You are. You are. You are. Oh, you are. Every day it's a vicious cycle in the ring. I get beat, pushed down, and it's tiring. I lose 7 times, and will I stand up for an 8th? It's times like this when I need my strength from my friends, my passion, my family, my strength to stand tall, to help me get through it all. I said we're stronger together to help each other remember, get rainbows. You gotta let the rain fall.
Hope.
You are light.
You are strong enough to win this fight.
You are perfect. You are loved.
You are beautiful, worth more than you know.
You are. You are. You are. Oh, you are. I am not my demons. I am not my fears. I refuse to keep this darkness in here.
You are strong
enough this is true.
win this fight. You are perfect.
Tell you what you gotta think and who you gotta
You
be.
are loved.
Religion, politics, society.
You
But
are
at the end of the day, only
beautiful,
one person I see,
worth
and she's
more
standing in the
than you
mirror